Greetings, everyone. Happy November. November means Election Day, and we anticipate that after Election Day, about 20% of the legislature will turn over come January. Well, the legislative session is around the corner, and it is vital that you as mayors and council members tell your city's stories to your senators and representatives, particularly those who will be newly elected this month. Well, League staff is here to help. If you don't know your legislators, especially the new ones, we are happy to connect you with them. If you want help preparing for the meeting, we're happy to help. We're happy to join you. We're happy to provide resources, whatever we can do to make those meetings meaningful. Likewise, please invite them to the local officials day at the Capitol event on the second day of the 2023 session, January 18th, and make sure they know that they'll hear from you on key issues during the legislative session. Well, let's talk about different aspects of Utah's population growth, including housing, active transportation, and water, where cities are working every day to ensure the quality of life of residents. First, on housing, cities are leading and planning for growth in a variety of housing types. While cities don't control land costs and labor shortages and supply chain challenges and inflationary pressures and interest rates, and after all, cities don't build housing, cities do plan for housing. And we've done so. For example, in the last 3 years, our cities and towns granted permits for more than 100,000 residential units in the state, which is more than any 3-year period in state history, including the largest number of multifamily units in state history. So the housing gap in Utah has actually begun to close. In 2017, it was about 56,000 units, and as of July, it was 31,000 units. So we've made progress in that space. Well, as the economy is changing and the market is shifting, we'll see what happens, but cities are doing our part to plan for that housing. And we need you to tell your legislators what is happening on the ground in your community. Well, one example of a creative approach to growth in housing is the first certified station area plan in Farmington. Kudos, Farmington. House Bill 462 last year required cities to plan to meet key objectives of housing, economic development, sustainability, and open space around transit stops, which are consistent with the Wasatch Choice vision. You can read about the Farmington Stationary Plan in the Deseret News and KSL, but Farmington is the first of what will become many stationary plans across the region. Congratulations to Farmington for being the first certified plan to ensure the community's long-term vibrancy. And thank you for your leadership. Well, Farmington's done the stationary plan, but communities around the state are doing what makes sense in your communities to plan for growth, both on the housing side and on the active transportation side. For example, Governor Spencer Cox announced at the League annual convention in October his vision for a trail system in Utah that connects communities in a historic way. At his subsequent press conference, Governor Cox praised you, local government, for the trail system foundation that we've already built. Now, we need you to tell your legislators how your community is seeking trail connections and other ways to bolster health and enhance the quality of life of residents. And show those legislators how they at the state level and we at the local level can work together on this fantastic trails vision. So thank you, Governor Cox, for your leadership. Now let's work together to get it done. As the outdoor watering season comes to a close, let's celebrate the historic amount of water conservation that we achieved this year, while we at the League are still gathering the final aggregate data statewide. You as mayors and council members need to tell your city's story about how your community accomplished tremendous water conservation. As always, we expect legislation this year about housing and water, trails and public safety, land use, and more. So it is critical that you, as a mayor or council member, tell your city's story to your senators and representatives now. Show them how cities work to wisely plan for growth and ensure the quality of life of today's and tomorrow's residents. Let us know how we can help you, and please join us for legislative policy committee meetings and other League events like Local Officials Day. The League is working for you as your cities work for your residents. Remember, government closest to the people governs best.